Adele here. Well, I hope you're having an awesome weekend. I wanted to expand on something that I just posted on my Facebook page around the thing about finding your life purpose. So many of my clients are working really hard on what I call the big ultimate question of why they're here on planet Earth, what their life purpose is, the big questions of the day. And the reason is, I think when people are unclear on their life purpose, it generates a lot of anxiety, stress. We don't feel like we're doing something right. And since I specialize in helping people with stress and overwhelm, this thing comes up over and over again of people who are really intent on trying to find their life purpose because they feel like if they find their life purpose, all that stress, anxiety will subside and there will be a sense of clicking more into life. Makes sense, right? But what I want to say is that most people are doing what I call spiritual gymnastics. What if I told you that this seeking to figure out what your life purpose is, that pondering the big questions of you and your life and why you're here, what if I told you that kind of inquiry isn't natural? Meaning, now, and just listen to what I mean, in that it's not quite natural for us to be sitting around pondering the purpose of our existence as much as it is. I think what we're really wanting at the end of the day is how can I feel more engaged with life? I don't know how to do it. Since I don't know how to do it, I'm looking for a map, and that might be in my life purpose. And if I could figure that out, then everything would click into place, right? I want to know why I'm here. I'm sort of drifting along. Life is going by. If this sounds like you, have a think that the inquiry you've been on may actually be making you feeling worse. And that is actually the opposite direction of where we want to head. When we're trying to create or connect more with life, anything that leads you closer to that feeling of connection, guess what? It's a breadcrumb more in this direction, right? It's like following the breadcrumbs. Very rarely, if at all, is it a complete hop from over here to over there with absolutely no trace or whiff or scent. This is another way of saying that anything that makes you feel more connected to life right now, today, is where to go. That is the natural impulse of where to go next. And sometimes the spiritual gymnastics have us thinking about, where should I be in 5 years or 10 years? And you'll notice that when you do that, you're not really present in present time. Right? And life only happens in the present. So it doesn't make sense to spend all of your energy wondering about the purpose of your existence if you're not fully present right now. And if you're not fully present right now, how can we get you there? Because that's the muscle we want to build. That's the muscle we want to build for a life that's truly connected, and that is when you'll know everything's clicking and this thing called purpose happens naturally. It doesn't require so much seeking or metaphysical pondering. It requires engage with life now. How do you do that? It's not as complex as it sometimes is made out to be. It's anything that makes you feel more alive. I wrote that in my recent blog post. Is it, I'd love to go out and just spend time in nature. There's something about the beauty of this time of year. When I'm out in the woods, oh my gosh, I come alive. Okay, that makes me feel good. That is somehow tied to my life purpose. And actually, it's a lot closer to your real life purpose than you might think. That's one breadcrumb. Another breadcrumb is, what would help me feel more alive? I like right now, I'm outside of a dance studio. I'm about to go into dance class. I feel alive when I dance. That is what makes me feel in the moment today. And when I do this regularly, and I'm following that impulse, my life starts to feel more connected, and it's baked into my life purpose. That my life purpose includes some sort of connection with music, dance, expression, art, right? Life purpose is not a job description of becoming a museum curator at the, a Museum of Modern Art in New York City. But anything that makes you feel, I would love to have a thoughtful conversation with someone. I want to spend time with animals. Is it art? Is it I come alive when I'm writing? Pay attention to those impulses. They're already here. You don't have to look too far from them. Now, even when they're right here in the moment, with a lot of the people that I work with, still sometimes there's some excavation. Great. Come work with a medicine woman to help you excavate what is the nudge that's already here today that you can work with to create a day that's more connected. Because if you can do it today, you can do it tomorrow. And pretty soon we're stringing together days of connection, of meaning. And lo and behold, a life of purpose, connection, and meaning magically starts to arise without you having to figure it out so much. I don't believe we were meant as creatures to sit around and ponder too much about the meaning of our existence. If you look at animals out in the wild, for example, they are so in the moment. They're so alive, right? They're not thinking about what happened yesterday or tomorrow. They don't have that capacity like we do. So they're totally present. So if you were to observe, let's say, a wolf, a very intuitive, instinctive animal, and you observe a wolf out in nature, a wolf is probably not thinking of things like how to be a better wolf. How can I jump higher? How can I, catch the rabbit better? The wolf is totally present in what they're experiencing and feeling through their senses in this moment. So there's not an impulse to eat when I'm not hungry or hunt when I don't feel like it. They're totally in the moment. And this is the case with most, if not all animals. This is the case of life. Plants, everything, because except for us, most of life is in the present moment. So it's not as natural for us to be pondering our existence. Animals don't have that capacity. That's why they live lives of connection and purpose naturally. So we have sort of gotten confused with what we're trying to accomplish. I think this is a fear of, I missed the memo, that I did something wrong and my whole life came and went without me knowing what my purpose is. When the purpose of your life is to enjoy it and be in meaning and connection as best as you can in the present moment, not lost in the past or out in the future, less seeking and more experiencing. You don't have to look so hard, okay? And this is something I'm spending a lot of time helping my clients reconnect, because most everyone is lost in the future or the past. I lived that way for many years. I get it. So there are some tools that can really help you get more into your natural, intuitive, and spiritual, sensual self, so you can live your life more like that beautiful wolf who's just, excited to be alive and less wondering why you're here on the planet. Because any of that kind of seeking energy, I'll bet you, does not feel good to you. It rarely does. It's a very intellectual exercise. If anything, you might get a mental aha, but it probably won't last. Because it's not engagement with life. It's engagement with the mind. Right? The mind is trying to figure out what your purpose is. What we want to do is engage more of you in the present. We'll find the purpose that way. So I know that a life purpose for me includes dance. That's why I'm outside of a dance studio today, and I've made a commitment that my life include more of this. It makes me come alive. It doesn't mean I'm going to be on Broadway or anything like that, but whatever this stuff is that adds to my life, I'm going to do it. You can do that too. What is it for you? I'm challenging you. Create today a life of more connection, and you will be more on purpose naturally. You will not have missed the memo. Okay? So if this is useful to you, and you have friends that are trying to figure out why they're here on the planet, trying to figure out what their life's purpose is, which is very common right now, share this with them. They may get a few kernels of something useful out of this, so that we can all get back to the business of coming alive in the moment, more for each other, our communities, our world right now. We need more people who are alive now rather than necessarily brilliant about how life should work. Your presence, when you are alive, oh my gosh, you are a force to be reckoned with. And the world's already a better place, and you're happier too. Okay? So I wrote a little bit more about this on my blog post today, but I wanted to expand on this. I honestly feel that this thing of why am I here on the planet, it's a source of so much stress and anxiety and buying self-help books. And I have nothing against them, but they don't engage with life. They keep you reading books by yourself at home. Books are great. I'm more interested in the connection that happens only with life, whether it's with plants, animals, art, music, other people. That's where the fabric of life comes to life. Books are great. It's not the only thing available to you. There are other ways of finding your purpose that are a lot more effective and feel good too. So I got to run to class. And I will catch up, share your comments. This is an ongoing conversation I want to have with, if you are wondering about your life purpose, even if you know you're meant to be a teacher, a healer, bring it. This is a very rich conversation. We start in the moment of what makes you come alive. You can't go wrong with that. You didn't miss the memo. Trust me. Okay? Till next time, rock it out. Thanks. Bye.